It must be football season. Three-time Super Bowl champ Matt Chatham is here. Sammy P in the house. Footballs are going to be flying in Foxborough tomorrow, buddy. The Patriots a 2-point underdog at home against Washington on Thursday. How serious are Belichick and the boys going to take this one?
They're going to take their performance serious, and performances I think are judged in preseason games and in series, not in point totals or finals, I guess. So, they're going to get in there and really grill them on how those two series they get, or maybe a third that they've earned because they've really dropped the ball in a couple of those first things. But you have to also remember that we're coming off of a season where the defense was nowhere near what their expectations were there. With their crew. So as much as publicly we're going to focus on the quarterbacks and who's going to go out and perform and are they going to really push points, remember that the Patriots defense has been a major focus of the organization, massively improving that group. The last thing they're going to want to do is come out there and allow a bunch of points in the first time they get on the field.
And if you're not paying attention, don't think it's going to be that vaunted Washington front against Cam Newton all game. Pay attention. It is the preseason. Point total has been bet up, Matt, from 32.5 to 36. That's a lot for a preseason game. I've talked to some bookmakers in Vegas that have taken big bets from bettors who believe the Pats are going to open things up and let Mac Jones cook. Do you agree?
One of the interesting things that happens this week, Sammy, is when Hunter Henry went down, the notion of playing this two tight end offense that we were so excited to see sort of goes out the window. It's not to say that they can't come on with maybe Matt LaCoste a second or give Devin Asiasi some time, but the notion that was the lead group kind of goes out the window for a minute. And what I noticed in practice is, granted, this could have been scripted in anyway. We don't know if this was already not going to happen, but you lose the two tight end idea and you start seeing a lot more three wide receiver. You start seeing a lot more 11 personnel, maybe even 10. No receiver on the field. Not much of that because Jonnu Smith is one of their top guys. But all that makes me think is, well, okay, the two tight ends could be play action each and every down, run the football a lot. You know what? Hey, here's a great opportunity to work on the pass game. So, the idea that it could open up a little bit because they lose for just a short amount of time here, one of their top guys. Yeah, I could see that plausibly happening. Letting him sort of, at least in situational moments, use more receivers on the field, which just makes one assume that might mean more passing.
There aren't many props in the preseason for obvious reasons, but DraftKings does have props for total team points. Let's go to the football team from Washington. The number 19.5, over or under?
I'll go under, and this will be a biased pick. I haven't been watching the Washington football team at all this spring or summer, so I'm just going to go on that notion that the Patriots are going to put a lot of focus on having a nice lockdown day defensively. And I don't know how much we're going to see of Fitzpatrick. I don't know if it's going to be Heineke. I just don't know what they're going to be doing. And I really tend to think that defensively, this is going to be a big focus day for the Pats. They need to come out flying on that side of the ball even more so than the other. So I think that we're looking at a modest game, one of those ugly preseason games that could be, 20-17 kind of deal.
Well, because we missed the move on the total over, let me just co-sign the Matt Chatham preseason pick of the year in quotation marks. I'm going to roll with you. I like the football team under 19.5.